Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dive Into the Longbox, our monthly one-shot that we got coming at you guys. This is issue 6. I'm Gabe here, flanked by my fellow favorite Canadian, that goddamn Ajax. Not Ajax from Deadpool, but the CFG Ajax.
Not Ajax from the Warriors either.
No.
That's where I got it from.
Listen, don't give away. That's behind baseball right there. We are back here on our one shot on our last issue, which is currently on YouTube. If you're listening to this, we discuss video game comics and graded comics. Some of that we want, some that we have, and I discussed some comics I bought recently. Ajax covered some books he's been reading, so if you guys want to check that out, we also covered some a big fight of Marvel versus DC of who would win, so definitely check that out if you guys want to see what that's all about, because these are all free on YouTube, Ajax. You don't gotta pay for this stuff anymore. You get it for free. You're welcome. Because we're passionate, because we love this business.
No, it's because we realized nobody gave a shit. We just gave it for free.
Listen, man, behind baseball. Well, I will say, I much rather have these put on YouTube, cool video format. Mostly because I'm on YouTube so much that I was like, all I watch really is comic book stuff. I watch pages like Cartoonist Kayfabe, Comic Pop. I listen to all those and watch all those videos. So I'll throw our hat into the mix. It's not
if
videos,
we can shout out comic book YouTube creators, my favorite one is a channel called Strange Brain Parts.
Strange Brain Parts. Okay, I don't think I've seen anything from them.
I would highly recommend it.
Really?
Highly recommend.
Text me them after so I remember, because I have
a
horrible memory.
I sure will.
But actually, the comic of the month today is actually something that was covered our Cartoonist Kayfabe. So when we get to that point, if you guys are listeners of their show, you'll recognize this book, and I think it's a fun book to point out, especially because there's a number 2 coming out, and it's currently in the mail, on its way to me. So, our topic today on the one-shots, people that don't listen to one-shots, what it is, we take one topic, little preview of like what we do on the issues, and we just chat about it. So today, Ajax, it's the age-old question: who are, in your opinion, your favorite backup / fill-in / replacement characters in comics?
So this is gonna be like the original character dies or gets hurt or whatever, and then someone takes the mantle.
Anything, yeah. Someone took over that mantle of that character's name, no matter for what reason. So say, like, for example, like I said on the issue, when Captain America died, they gave the mantle over to Bucky, and he became Captain America.
Right, yep.
Same thing with, U.S. Agent and all that stuff. So, stuff like that. So, character, fill-in stuff like that, which they kind of took over the mantle for some time.
I would say this might actually be kind of like an unorthodox pick, or like a pick not a lot of people would think about. I'm a big Spider-Woman fan. I like Jessica Drew.
Yes.
But I also love the second Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter.
Yes. Great one.
The main reason why I love Julia Carpenter so much is because of her suit. So she has the black suit. She's not a symbiote, but it's the black suit with the white spider on it.
And like the white sleeves, right?
The white sleeves, yeah, and she has like the kind of like the 80s glam metal kind of blonde-ish hair to her. I think it's a great look.
She's actually in the recent Spider-Verse movie. And her suit's pretty similar to it. Yeah, she doesn't have any speaking lines, but she just she's there with the group of like all the Spider men and women, and you see her, you're like, oh shit.
And I could be wrong, but I think she's the one who's going to be Madam Web in the Sony live-action movie.
Oh, is she? I haven't looked into that really. Yeah, I haven't looked into that.
Love me some Julia Carpenter. Love me some Spider-Woman in general. Spider-Woman kind of an underrated character.
I was gonna toss into that ring May Parker.
Oh, Mayday.
Yeah.
As a Spider-Girl, right?
Yep. She was great. I love that costume. It's the same thing as the Ben Reilly costume, but nonetheless, it's a cool looking costume. I kind of liked her universe, like her world that was being built. I thought it was kind of cool. So, Mayday definitely up there on my list. I'd also put this one's a tough one because it's not because they played the character best. This one's on the list for looks.
For looks.
I love the look of this standing character. But the story with the character from I'm going to be reading the whole series soon. As Real as Batman. Love that look.
I was
love
actually going to mention that. They're on
that list for sure. They're on that list. And especially for like history stuff, it's like, come on, you can't not have Azrael on there, you know?
Just edgy Batman.
Yeah,
Super
that's literally
edgy Batman.
Edgy Batman killing people. It's just like, all right. I did have Ben Reilly on the list, even though I mentioned Mayday. I did have Ben Reilly on there. I'm a fan of Ben Reilly with the blue hoodie. That's just me, though.
Absolutely. That's a great look.
The later costume that, May adopts, which I thought was really cool in that book because when she pulls it out from, like, the thing, Peter's there. Because, Ben was the clone, whatever. But when she pulls it out from the, like, suitcase or, like, the old box, Peter comes up to her and tells her that was your Uncle Ben's. And I'm like, that's her Uncle Ben, but it's Ben Reilly. Okay.
Right.
So that's why she wears the suit. For people who haven't read the book, that's in the What If issue that ended up spawning her series because of the What If issue. Everyone loved it.
Yep.
But Ben Reilly in the blue hoodie, fucking goated. Love that. Which I'm happy he rocks that in the Spider-Verse movie.
Continuing on the spider trend, Doc Ock as Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man.
Yes.
Great standing character.
And getting a new book soon. Superior Spider-Man's back.
I believe it's ongoing as we speak.
Don't know, haven't read the new one, so I don't know how he's back.
I have
as
not.
Superior Spider-Man.
I've read the original. I've not read the sequel.
The greatest moment is when Peter meets up with Goblin after and talks about his man person. He's like, "Oh my God, you're back." He's like, "Wait, it's you!" Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
that was a great panel in that. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm back." He's doing the John Wick meme. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. I do want to read the new one though. I want to see what that's all about. Actually, continuing the Spider-Man trend. I'm a big fan of Miles Morales. I love Miles Morales. Like, you can't, if someone doesn't like Miles Morales, it's a red flag. Like, that's just how it is. Miles Morales is probably one of the best things to stay from the Ultimates. That they were like, we actually don't. When they destroyed the Ultimate Universe, they were like, actually keep you come here, stay in this universe. Which is actually implements in the new universe, the new Ultimate Invasion. Because what's his name is trying to recreate it. Jonathan
Hickman.
Oh,
I thought you meant
no. He's Reed Richards, but he has the giant metal.
The creator.
The creator.
Right?
The creator goes to Miles's house, and he's like, "Hey, I'm rebuilding our world again. Like, we can go home if you want to come with me." And Miles was like, "Nah, this is my home. Like, this is where I belong," kind of thing. And he's like, "Listen, you're always invited. Like, if you want to come, you're always welcome." And Miles is like, He's tasked with the interesting thing of, should I go? Should I not go? So I thought that was cool. How they're still like acknowledging that he was from the Ultimate Universe. They're not just throwing that away. But I was also a big fan of, I said earlier, but I think more, this one's interesting because it's like, you'll see what I mean. So, U.S. Agent / Captain America.
Oh, John Walker.
Yeah, but then, because it's funny because he became Cap when Cap wasn't Cap. And then Cap wore the black suit. And then Captain America became Captain America again. So then he gave John Walker the black suit. So it's like, I like both of those. So I like both of those swaps. I think that's great. And also, my favorite one is Bucky. Bucky as Cap is probably my favorite. I have like a bunch of figures of like Bucky Cap that I love. It was just, dude, it's Captain America with a knife and a gun. Like, you can't You can't say no. He's running into places with the shield up and the gun out. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's badass. But he wasn't like over the top like Punisher, but, which is good. So, I actually really wanted to see that in live action. I'm very upset we didn't get it.
I'll give a shout out to, because it's also very topical, because she just joined the X-Men. Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. She's
That
a
is a
character
great
that
one.
I like. She's a character that I actually didn't think that I would like originally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a big fan of Carol Danvers, truth be told.
I'm
But
not a big Carol Danvers fan either.
But I actually like Miss Marvel more than I like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I say recently, like, Marvel always has been dying for like a new character to stick. Like, they always been dying for it. And I think the only one really recently, besides maybe the new Spider-Boy, because people really like Spider-Boy, his look at least. I haven't read the book yet, so I don't know if it's good or not, but people love him. Besides him recently, the only other one was Kamala. People loved her when she showed up on the scene. She was like one of the times they did it right. Her and Miles.
Like her and Miles have had this quality of where like you can relate to them that hasn't really been seen since like Peter.
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
Oh my God, it's almost like if you make characters that people relate to and can see themselves in, it sells books. Oh my God, Ajax.
Almost.
Whoa.
Yeah, might be onto something, right?
You're telling me these crazy out of the world X-Men stories don't relate to you? But then the thing is, like,
book doesn't always have to relate to me for me to find it enjoyable.
But this is the thing, though. Like, even like X-Men, though. Like, I feel like anyone could find something in X-Men when it first showed up because it was about a group of people. For the base of it was a group of people that were different. Everyone feels like they're different in some sort of space. So you can see like. You can understand like when people were like reacting negatively to them or didn't want them in their circle because I think a lot of us were that person. We weren't the cool kid, so we weren't welcome in a lot of spaces. So you were different in that case. If you were someone that's like me, I was the only minority in my school. Thought X-Men was really cool because they were very looked down on, like how people treated me.
Yeah,
the only Puerto
X-Men
Rican
is a
kid.
very minority-heavy focused book.
But that's what it's not anymore, and I think that's what they're struggling with now is having people latch on to X-Men now when it's just so far out now. It's like a sci-fi. It's mostly just a sci-fi book now at this point. It's morphed into something else.
Space opera book almost.
Yeah. But like even if you don't relate to a character, I think you could still sell a lot of books with it. Like this next character, I have nothing in common with this guy, but he's on my list as one of my favorite character names. Had many mantles. You can add to the list, and I'll just say yes, 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 yes. Anyone who was Robin. I love Robin.
Yeah.
I love Robin. I personally think they all worked. I like them all in their own way. They're all different, even though they're the same character, basically, but they're all unique. I love them all. Dick Grayson is my favorite, but...
They're the same character, but like, so if you compare Dick to Jason, to Tim, to Damian, they're all different. They all have different personalities.
Yeah, and they all became something different, too, in the end. They were all their own person at the end. With Red Hood.
Poor Tim, though. He got Red Robin.
Yeah, Yum. He did get a recent design before Dawn of DC that looked cool. They took off the Batman cowl, and they just put the Robin mask back on him, and that's basically all they changed, but it looked cool again. I was like, this works. I don't know. I kind of liked the look for Red Robin. I think it was just the name.
I like the look. It's the name. Like you go from Robin to Red Robin. It doesn't really feel like that big of a jump.
Yeah.
Dick goes from Robin to Nightwing. Cool. Jason goes from Robin to Red Hood. Cool.
Which is a complete 180.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Robin. And I feel like that's why he maybe wasn't as popular as the other two.
Because it almost feels like he doesn't find his own identity compared to Dick and Jason.
Yeah. So I think, he kind of he was forever just known as Robin, no matter what.
Which is a shame because Tim is a great Robin. He really is.
Yep. I think he has probably my oh man, was Tim the one in the 90s that had like the green short sleeves that became like the standard bearer? Oh wait, they all had basically green short sleeves. I'm trying to think how to describe his look. He had like the it was basically the regular Robin suit, but he had like the green long tights under. I'm trying to think. how to describe it. Because he had like a look that when I see it, I'm like, that's the Robin I think of.
Right.
It had like the weird like padding on the arms. Like it had like the weird like squares on it, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm making some sort of sense. I don't know if it was him
I'm following you.
I don't remember if it's him or Jason. It's the same look they gave to, I believe, Stephanie Brown. She just
probably was probably everyone's least favorite Robin.
Yeah, Stephanie Brown.
Which I don't think is no fault to her own.
Mm-mm.
It's more so just because I don't know, the writers never really gave her much of a chance as Robin.
Yeah, well, I mean, when your competition's Carrie Kelly, like everyone liked Carrie Kelly.
That is true. I feel like
she was great.
It sucks for Stephanie because like
she never got a chance.
It just would have worked better if you would have carried, Carrie and brought her to like the mainstream universe.
I think it was like she was in a tough spot because she wasn't one of the guy Robins.
Yeah.
But she wasn't Carrie Kelly. You know what I mean? She
it's
couldn't
a
really
have
her
time.
Yeah, she was compared to either one or the other. So I feel like she was in a tough spot. I think maybe nowadays, if you give Carrie maybe her own series, maybe it could work. Or you implement her into a Batman book now.
As long as it's not written by Frank Miller, for the love of God, keep Frank the fuck away from any comic book.
Oh man. Oh, sorry, not Carrie. Stephanie, I mean.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Stephanie.
But I mean, hey, shit. If you
do a Carrie one too if you want.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think if you do Stephanie now, and implement her somehow into it, I think people would like her now, because now there's no other really Robins to compare her to at this point. So we're kind of just a current day imagining of a Robin, and I think she'd be a good pick for it. If done well. They need to find a good writer for it, though. Which we're getting a lot more of nowadays. We have a lot more writers that are really talented, so I think there's a chance. There could be a chance.
Oh, definitely.
Even if or I would like if you even change it up a little bit, and if you don't want to put her with Batman, put her with like Batwoman or Batgirl. Change that up. You know what I mean? Give one of them a sidekick. You know what I mean? And make it Stephanie. I think that'd be kind of cool. It's different. Why not? Change it up.
Yeah.
Have it be like Batman's trying to give them responsibility, teach them to grow up. That would be cool. I'd like that instead of him babying them all the time, which I feel like he always does.
I think that works, especially now with Batman Incorporated, where Batman has like vigilantes all throughout the world working for him.
And he's like, listen, if you want to hold your own, you got to learn how to take care of you and someone else. If you can do that, you can take on anything. Yep. And that's how you bring in someone like Stephanie. So, if that idea gets taken, I said it first. I'm not going to complain that it's happening, but I am taking credit forever.
Of course.
Oh man. But yeah, there's a lot of good fill-in characters that like I wonder if there's like a list of like fill-in comic characters. I'm just trying to see if we missed any big ones that were like, "Oh yeah." Let's see. I don't even know what you would call it. Like replacement comic characters?
I guess you would call them replacement.
Oh, here we go. Best replacement characters. And there's a list on Screen Rant. Let's see what Screen Rant can put together in terms of this.
Oh my god, I just remembered one.
What?
Just off the top of my head. Renee Montoya, the second question.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. Or
who was actually created originally for the Batman animated series. Yes.
Also, my god. What is her name? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. Oh my god. The Wonder Woman. The new Wonder Woman. Yara Flor?
Oh, yes, the Brazilian one, right?
Yes,
correct?
yes. Or even currently, fucking Wonder Woman's daughter that they introduced. I remember they announced that, and I remember, because I know, like, when Marvel does, like, a daughter character, people are like, and they're super not open to it. But DC, I feel like, only does it with, like, the main three, and they're only missing on Wonder Woman one. And I remember when it was announced, people were like, fucking finally, like, it's about time. Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, why are you trying to replace Wonder Woman? People were like, fucking great, something new for Wonder Woman to do. Like, give her a daughter, great. And I remember when it came out, people were like, "This is the issue to buy. Like, you gotta buy issue number 500. Like, this is the one to buy." And I was like, "God, I feel like this is a Wizard magazine. They're trying to make me buy this issue."
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Screen Rant does have a list here, Ajax, of 17 characters. You ready to hear Screen Rant's list?
Sure.
Number 17, Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. I associate her with Batgirl so much that I forget she's not the first Batgirl.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because they talk about Betty Kane and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that was the first one. Don't remember. Yep. Don't even associate it with that. Because for as long as I can remember reading comics, it was always Barbara. Because I wasn't around.
But Betty Kane went on to become Batwoman, didn't she?
I believe so, if I'm correct. Let me double check though. I'm gonna fact check this real quick. I believe you're right.
I'm not certain because I haven't read a lot of Batwoman.
Betty Kane. I haven't either. I think because Batwoman is someone else. Isn't she like a vampire now? If I'm correct, I don't read a lot of Batwoman stuff. Betty Kane is a Batwoman. Oh wait, Kathy Kane is Batwoman.
Oh, Kathy Kane.
Kathy Kane. Yes.
That would be her daughter, I presume.
I'll take your word for it, possibly. I tell you, I don't read like any. Yep.
Batwoman is it?
Wait. The original Batgirl first appeared in Batman number 139 as Betty Kane, the niece of Kathy Kane, also known as Batwoman. Okay. So she's younger.
Batwoman is kind of a blind spot for me.
Yeah.
I've definitely read more Batgirl than I've read Batwoman.
So Kathy Kane is older than Betty Kane, who doesn't exist really in books anymore. They just get rid of her? They're like, we don't need Betty anymore. we have Barbara now. You can leave. Oh, never mind. She became Flamebird. That's who she is now. She is Flamebird now, currently. So if she's in anything, it'll show up as that. She was in Rebirth.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, she's Flamebird now. So she took up a new mantle. Jeremiah Arkham as Black Mask. I never cared about who was under the Black Mask. I just always thought Black Mask was the same.
Yeah, same. Honestly.
Wait. This isn't a... Okay. They have number 15, Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't put her on this list. I think I just don't like Carol. I forget there was another Captain Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, I forget he's the original.
Because he's been away for so long. That's why.
And then when they brought Marvel back in the live action, it wasn't a guy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. They totally just got away with that. Yeah. I have a lot of issues with that movie.
Yeah.
The new Aqualad from Young Justice, I can't say his name properly. Calderon, I think it's pronounced.
The Black Aqualad.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcon as Captain America they have on the list here. I never read his book with Falcon.
Me neither. No.
Oh, this is oh my God. What? How did I not include my second favorite DC character besides third besides Nightwing and Robin? Fucking Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner as the Green Lantern, and they put Jon Stewart. They put them together in one. They said Kyle Rayner and Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern.
But there's 50 Green Lanterns.
There is. There is. They're pointing them out because they were like the main mantle that took over after Hal left, or died. Plus, I always thought Kyle was cool because I was like, man, Kyle's cool because he's half Hispanic. He's an artist. Like, I liked him a lot. Like, that is like my dude. Like, this dude, he was a graphic designer. Like, he was the best. And Jon Stewart's just badass. I think Jon Stewart needs to be in more things, which I'm happy he is. He's getting a duo show with Hal, so well deserved. I love Jon Stewart. X-23 as Wolverine.
That's a good run.
The new stuff is not good. Because I was reading the new X-Men with her, and she doesn't have her own, they're writing her as if Claremont was writing Wolverine. And when you're reading it, you're like,
that doesn't fit for her.
yeah, when you're reading it, you're like, yeah, that's what Wolverine would say. But like, X-23 still was different from Wolverine. Like, granted, like obviously it was like a clone, like used his DNA to make her, but like they still had their own personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I just didn't, because I'm like, the dialogue was cool for Wolverine, and I'm like, they just made her like the cool badass, and I'm like, well, she is always a badass, but they just made her Wolverine 2.0, and I feel like she's lost her whole thing, her whole mystique about herself, which I'm like,
But the all new Wolverine, which is her solo series, I didn't hate that. I read it. I didn't hate
I
it.
never read that. Which is probably you said it's really good.
It's worth a read.
Yeah,
it's definitely worth a read.
Because I love X-23 as a character. I love that character. So I would
too.
love to, But that's why I think that's why I had a big gripe with it when in the new books. I was like, they just want to write Wolverine and they don't want to put Logan in it for some reason. So
It's so lame.
like, yeah, that's what I was iffy about. Because I like a good replacement character is different from the original, but still doesn't take away and steal from the original.
Yes.
And I think a big mix-up that DC struggles with now, and it's so weird because Barry came first when, and then, Barry died,
Yeah.
But if you look at those books, like, Barry wasn't, like, the big comedy jokester. It was mostly, Wally. Wally was, like, the funny guy.
Yeah.
But now they're writing Barry like the funny guy after they made Wally. So I feel like they realized, oh, that works with that. So let's just, when they brought Barry back, he was just another Wally. That's how, like, if I'm reading a Flash book now and it has Flash in it, and like, because like there's a new book with the Titans, I'm like, all right, which one is it? I have to wait for them to say his name because I'm like, he dresses the same, he's talking the same. Which one is it? And they're like, oh, it's Wally. I'm like, okay, I know this is Wally now because they wrote them the same now. Like, I've never seen that though, where they come back with the old character and write them like the new one because they realize, oh, that works. It's good. Flash Thompson as Agent Venom. That's a good choice.
Run too.
That was really good. I love that. Was such a cool. That was a cool design too.
Yeah.
With the fucking coming out holding the guns and shit. Oh yeah, that was cool. Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin, not Norman. I don't remember Harry as the Green Goblin.
I'm trying to think. Was Harry the Green Goblin of the 90s?
I don't know. Let's see here.
Because
I
when
know,
I
like,
think Green Goblin, I always think Norman. Always.
Yeah, me too. So let's see here. In Norman's absence, several characters tried to, step up and fill the void. The most famous of these was Hobgoblin, which I loved Hobgoblin. I thought Hobgoblin was cool.
Awesome. Hobgoblin's awesome.
Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin gave us one of the best hero-villain relationships in comic book history. Peter and Harry had been friends for decades. Now Osborn had the revelation that not only his best friend is Spider-Man, but he's also the one responsible for his father's death. This is when it like stabbed through him and shit, just like in the movie, back in like the 80s. Oh, was this in the? Oh, this is in the 90s. So yeah, I guess he was the Green Goblin of the 90s. What the fuck? I always thought it was Norman.
I always assumed it was Norman.
Yeah, I thought the Harry stuff was just for the movies, taking over the mantle. Number 8 here, they have Wally as the Flash. That was just
I feel like that should be higher.
Yeah, me too. It stayed for so long.
Yeah, mainly because I feel like a lot of people prefer Wally over Barry. I'm not arguing for one is better than the other. I'm just saying a lot of people prefer Wally over Barry in some cases.
I think because like whenever I don't know, I always just liked Wally because I don't know. Like growing up, I was reading books where it's mostly Wally. And I always thought Kid Flash looked cool too.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a Kid Flash over there with my McFarlane figures. He's with my my Barry. But
Oh, sick.
Yeah, but I loved Wally, and I think he was a great Flash, and he's still a good Flash in the new books. He still has that same sense of humor, and I love him as Flash.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Number 7, Miles Morales, as we mentioned. Number 6, all of the Robins. Okay, they're just like me. Nice. Number 5, the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Who the fuck?
That's not anything I've read, so I couldn't really give you an opinion on that.
Who are the new Guardians? Was that the one that Agent Venom was in? Okay, who's on this? I'm trying to see who was in this list of people. This is in 2020, was it? No, because in 2020 it was like Star-Lord and stuff. All right, I'm looking at this cover here, and just from this cover, I see Nova. Oh my god, I wish it could give me like a list. There's someone I think it. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. What? Why'd it bring me this? Sorry, I'm trying to open up this. You can at least talk about it. No, they're not. Okay, that's cool. You don't have to talk about it. That's fine. Let me see. Guardians. Sorry for the hold up. I'm curious. Number 13. I want to see who's on this team. Because some of these faces look familiar, but they have new suits, so it's like I'm unsure. Oh my god, and they don't talk about it on this either. Ajax, why don't these websites discuss the books in detail?
I don't know. What's number 4?
What happened?
What's number 4 after the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
Number 4 would be Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, Banshee, and Nightcrawler as the X-Men in giant-size X-Men.
Okay, when they came back, when the X-Men series came back.
This is when, where they were like, Professor X is like, oh, they killed my X-Men. I need you guys to go and get them. And for some reason, they said, sure. We'll go on this dangerous mission to require your dead X-people. Number 3, Doc Ock as Spider-Man. Number 2, Dick Grayson as Batman. That was an interesting
That's a great run.
That was interesting. Yeah, because it was so cool seeing him battling with trying to be Batman.
Yep.
And, like, in some terms of it, like, failing, like, not living up to Batman standards. Where he's like, fuck, man, this is hard. Like, being Batman, this is not easy. And I think the best one was when he punched the Joker. And the Joker was like, who the fuck are you? You are not Batman. Like, you are not the Batman who hits me. Like, he knew immediately. And number 1 is Kamala Khan. I did find the list of people for this. On this team are Drax, Gamora, Gladiator, Groot, Hulkling, Iron Man, Marvel Boy, Moondragon,
Marvel Boy,
Nova, Kazar. Wait, there's 2 Kazars. There's a female Kazar. Rocket, Star-Lord, and Wiccan.
There's a female Kazar?
Yeah, Avril Kincaid.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that until I was today years old when I found out about.
I figured the female Kazar would be Shauna the She-Devil, because that was Kazar's girlfriend in the books.
I think Kazar's so cool. And I think
he'd
be
cool
really.
Character. I don't know why they don't really want to do anything with him.
I was just gonna say that you would think with all like this cosmic stuff they love doing in their live action movies, he would show up at least once in these.
But I guess because he's not really a cosmic character, he's like a prehistoric character.
Yeah, but he's like always associated with like these cosmic people, and like at least in the new stuff, he's always in like Nova books, Guardians books. So you would think like, especially because he's a part of the Guardians for a while. It looks like now, because I'm looking at stuff, it says from 2008 he was showing up in Guardians books. Which I'm like, yo, they were putting out Guardians books in 2008? I thought everything got relaunched when the movie came out, because I remember that's when they reissued the books. But yeah, he's always like associated with like these space people. So that's why I was like, he'd be perfect for their current stuff, but they don't do it. So I'm like, whatever. So we'll see now. We're getting Wonder Man, so I guess one step at a time.
Oh man, love me some Wonder Man.
Wonder Man's awesome. Oh man, I'm excited to see what they do with Wonder Man. I don't even know if that's still on the docket for their stuff, but I hope it is. I think it's supposed to be a TV show, so we'll see. I'm interested. But yeah, that was there's a lot of fill-in characters that I think need to be discussed. But Ajax, you know what's not a fill-in character? Superman. Superman. Well, I mean, there was other Supermen, but
I was gonna say there's a whole arc where Superman dies, and there's like 5 other Supermen that show up.
as a child, I loved Blue Superman. When he split out into the red and blue, and I was like, "Yo, man, Blue
Oh my
Superman, that's my dude."
God, that series sucks.
But he looks so cool.
He does, but that
He
series
looks so cool.
sucks.
I do want to read it because as a kid, I had like issues, and I would just ask my dad for them because I thought it looked cool. My dad would be like, "All right, if you want it."
Yeah, your dad's like, this shit sucks. You can read it if you want.
So this here, Ajax, is a book that is available online. I don't know if it's still online. It was covered on Cartoonist Kayfabe, so you know I jumped on it. This was many months ago. It's called Death of Power. I don't know if you saw this on their channel, but I
did
would
not.
highly check it out. It is a Death of Superman, like bootleg book. You could say bootleg, not in an offensive term. It's like a fan made. If a fan was to make their own Death of Superman.
Yeah, it's unlicensed.
But the art in it is very like pop arty. Like it looks very cool. There's no dialogue. It's just all images.
Right.
But there is some interesting things in it. So like, you got the like I'm reading it to a child class here. Doomsday is, stomping the pages are like cardboard, by the way. They're thick pages. Stomping on, beating on Superman and stuff. So Superman comes out from the ground at one point, about to come up to him. He literally puts his hand up his ass. he shoves his fingers like this up his ass.
Checking his oil.
And then pulls out his asshole.
Oh my.
To which he bitch slaps him, of course. But then, because he did that, his shorts fell off. So he's full hog is out. With like a prolapsed ass.
Jesus Christ.
And then he crushes Superman's head. And then when he's crushing Superman's head, he's getting turned on a little bit. So his dick starts to grow and it has like these little teeth. You see it's getting hard. And he punches Superman in the face with his penis. And it starts like punching him in the face like he's... Yeah. And the Superman, of course, as your Superman, what you do, you laser it off. You know what I mean? You just shoot that bad boy off. To which he just got his junk cut off, so he's obviously pissed off. But Superman takes his head, starts lasering his face. And when he does that, there's a really cool image in this. Really cool. Of Superman, like, crushing his head. And there's, like, eyeballs falling out and stuff. Which is, the art in this is amazing. Like, this art is great. And he's laughing. He killed him. But Ajax, he's laughing about it, but he's not dead yet. You can't keep him down. Full hog out, half zapped off, grabs Superman by the head, fucking crushes his head, just kills Superman, to which Superman's head is spurting out blood, and then he falls, but he falls in a very precarious position, where it's like that, and he starts ejaculating.
What the fuck did you just show me? What the fuck is this?
When Cartoonist Kayfabe was looking over this, I was like, this is so weird. I need it for my collection, because there's nothing like this. There's nothing like this. And the thing is, like, I got it because at the time when I bought this, I was working on my second book, the one that's out now, Dark Carnival, available now on Etsy. It had coloring like this. So when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, this dude's doing, like, this pop color art like I'm doing. So I was like, oh, I need this, because it's doing what I'm doing, but way better. And I just think it's funny. You know what I mean? Because there's, like, stuff in that book. So what this book is a big, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like an analysis of the art in Death of Superman. Because that panel where he shoots his hand up his ass, that is almost exactly what's in Death of Superman, where he's coming out from the ground, but it's made fun of because it looks like he's shooting his hand up his ass. So that's what this book's making fun of, that, and just taking it to the next level. And luckily, Ajax, being shipped to my house right now, the Kickstarter made it was only a couple. I think it was only like 1,000 he needed to raise. He raised many thousands of dollars, and number 2 is currently being shipped to me. So I will have Death of Power number 2 very soon, and I can't wait to see what happens in Death of Power number 2. I hope he comes back with a mullet. And I hope the mullet's like 10 feet long. I hope it's more over the top nonsense. So yeah, I hope what I just showed you, Ajax, made your day.
I ruined it.
I think the best part of this too is when he gets his head exploded, Jimmy Olsen goes click, and then when he falls in his penis, it goes click 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 click, and then the back click 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 click.
Oh my god.
So when you asked me, do you have a book to show off for this? And I said, oh, yes, I do. Highly recommend Death of Power.
This was a mistake.
Dude, and this is quality. It's like thick cardboard. You're holding it. It's like, obviously right here, not for kids. Like, this is not your dad's Superman book, you know? But every piece of art in this is amazing. And I think he had a reason as to why he made this, like, in detail, of, like, how he started at something and then realized something while drawing it and was like, oh, I'm going to go a completely different direction. And he just wanted to make something that wasn't like anything else. And I could tell you, buddy, this is not like anything else.
To say the least.
So, yeah, I hope this made your night. For the listeners, check out Death of Power. If what you heard leaves you like, what did he just say? His what did what? Check out the book. You'll see what I mean.
Who is it written and drawn by?
Here, let me get that for you on the. I'll get the Etsy page up too. That's very quick. You said you search up Death of Power, it pulls up a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull that up here for everyone so that they can. I don't even know if it's available. I'm over talking about buying it. I don't even know if you can. Let me see. It's by Kirt, Kirt, Burdick, Burdick. I don't know if he has. Oh, so he sold out and now he's doing pre-orders for. Never mind. He has sold out a Death of Power pre-orders. He did have pre-orders, but it's gone. His Etsy's called Misery Zone. So he is sold out of books right now. He sold this. The kayfabe effect happened, and then he had to put up a pre-order. And I actually got it on the pre-order. Because what I did is I bought it during it, but I didn't hit complete order. So I was like, this dude was like, oh, man, there's only 2 left. And I was like, well, I got one of them. And I was like, I never got an email about it completing. And I look, and it was still in my cart, and it said sold out. And I was like, son of a bitch, I didn't hit complete transaction. Like, I put the card information in, but I didn't hit complete. Because it asks you, like, are you sure you want to buy this? And you have to hit OK. I didn't hit, like, the OK button when I thought I did. So I had to, like, get it on the pre-order. But you can't buy this now. Maybe Death of Power 2 when that comes out. Maybe he'll have it on there for what's left, but he had to do a Kickstarter to get that up and running. But yeah, it is a interesting reimagining, to say the least.
I would say.
Like, I don't even know how he described it, because I can't check it out. Oh, wait, see item details. Can I see how he described it in his own words? Yeah, he does not have a detailed description of it, so. Man, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known what this was about, so. He does put the first couple pages up for people to see, where you can see the hand going up. And then he stops it there. You had to buy it for the rest, for the good stuff. But, Ajax, I hope that made your night. I hope that made everyone's night that listened. We will be back for issue 7 of Dive Into the Longbox. And Ajax, we actually got a cool episode for that, because Dive Into the Longbox issue number 7, as people know, CFG Streams, the name Catch Finish Gaming, came from the world of professional wrestling video games. If you're on this channel, you know we cover professional wrestling games all the time. So we're going to take a look at some professional wrestling comics, Ajax. I know there's a lot of them. I own some, but not them all. I have some digital. I'll send you what I have digitally. I'll say I got some WCW digital books. that I can't wait to talk about. Some cool ones. Hopefully we discover some new ones. Things like do a power bomb. We might be talking about that. Who knows? We'll look out for you then. That'll be coming in September. So that'll be the first one of the fall season. Ajax, anything you want to say to the people listening at home before we head out?
Do a powerbomb good. WCW, WWF comics bad. Okay, thanks for coming.
Bye. I'm waving. I'm over here waving like I'm on video for them.